Hey everyone, welcome to the eighth episode of Post Placement Talks by New World Society. I'm Abhirath Kaushik and I'll be your host for this episode. Our guest today is a computer science and engineering graduate. He passed out from PES in the year 2020. He's previously worked both as a consultant and analyst at the India delivery team of InMobi. Currently, he's working as an associate consultant at Ernst& Young Bangalore. So please welcome Harshit Sinha as our guest today. Welcome, Harshit. How are you doing?
Thanks, Abhirav. Thanks for the introduction. I've been doing fine. These are the initial days you can say, the first few weeks are always termed as an honeymoon period, and the last 2 months
Right.
of the company is always known as honeymoon period. So basically, right now, I am in a transition phase where I am moving from one organization to another organization. So
Right.
pretty fine, not loaded up with a lot of work, and it's going smooth. And that's how I got a time to just get some slots with you today on call. And thanks for
That's great.
having
That's
me
great.
today. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we surely are honored to have you as our guest today. So I just wanted to start off. How does it feel working for one of the four big firms? Is it like a dream come true for you?
Well, I never had a dream of working at Big Four, to be very honest. I
Okay.
always felt like, yeah, with every year, with every month, one should learn something new. If one
Right.
learns something new, they grow,
Hmm.
right? So, with that possibility, I never dreamed of going to any company. For me, I am a person who lives one day at a time, kind of a structure. Like every
Huh.
day is a new day. So, you should cherish all the experience that you have taken from whatever company, whatever college, whatever school you have been there, and just make a you can say a crisp note of whatever experience you have and utilize it to get a better day in future. So that has been
That's
my
great.
mindset. But yeah, since EY is one of the companies which are like 100 plus years old with 3 lakh employees and 700 offices across the globe, so definitely it's a big opportunity, and getting at such an early age is
Yes.
overwhelming for me, for sure.
That's great. That's great. That's a very interesting thought which you had. And we'll come back to your current job in a bit. I just wanted to start off from when you graduated from college. So let's start with your initial job at InMobi. So when did you join InMobi and what were your roles and responsibilities there?
So for me, I started my journey at PESET at 2015. Though
Okay.
as per the normal four-year course, I should have graduated in 2019. But I was a person who was inclined towards more of startup and entrepreneur side of the career rather than just sticking with my course. So
Okay.
that's how I have been a person who always took the road that was not taken before.
Right.
So jokes apart, I was applying for my 8 SEM internship, and you can say for some kind of work, because I was not having college at that particular time. I only had to go to college and give exams. So when I was looking for jobs online on LinkedIn and on these companies website, I got a small opportunity which said 6 month role is there for an engineering person who is right now in college, who can work part time kind of a thing, who can work for a day, 5 days a week. I was like, yeah, let's try this out. Let me perform for 6 months. Maybe I didn't work hard in my college days for my CGPA and all the marks and getting placed from college. Let me, if I have got this opportunity, let me try once for 6 months and then see how life turns out to be. So during college time, I feel, yes, I was a somewhere standing between a thin line of being a careless and a carefree person to someone who is now getting a little bit serious now what to do in life. So
Right.
accepted this role where I had no idea what actually InMobi does. Okay. I didn't had any idea in day one what actually InMobi does.
Right.
So the skill that I carried was I was really good with Microsoft Excel, SQL, and basic level of programming, you can say. And yes, communication always matters a lot when it comes to on campus, off campus placement, because the way you communicate and let other person know about whatever is going inside you and whatever can be derived out of, if you are bespoken and outgoing, it's a plus point for sure. So I have always been that outgoing throughout my college life, and
Okay.
somehow that helped me to back the role of a consultant at InMobi. So during my
Right.
first 6 month, my first 2 months just went by making reports for all the analysts and account managers, you can say, and helping all the broader teams with day-to-day operation. But within, you can say, first 30-35 days, I started getting a feel ki yes, I should learn something more and I should do something more. So the curiosity part made me drive some kind of drastic results for 6 months, where I was converted to an analyst then. And during my tenure as a whole, I have spent around 1 year, 10 months at InMobi. I was pretty well doing, and I was handling around 100 plus clients across India
Right,
for sure. That's the
right.
kind of
That's
work I
great.
was doing at InMobi.
Okay. And now coming to your current job at EY,
Mhm.
when did you join EY and why did you make that switch from InBovi to EY?
Yeah. So as I told you before, that I have always been a person who lives like one day at a time, kind of a thing.
Right.
So I have spent like 1 year and 10 months at InMobi, where I felt, yeah, I have got some kind of learning, and I felt like, yes, I am young right now. I can explore until I settle down somewhere for a permanent way. So I just started looking for a job over LinkedIn. LinkedIn has been a good resource. So LinkedIn was
Yeah.
one of my mediums where I was looking for jobs. Got into couple of startups, and that's when I just gave up my papers at InMobi. I resigned on that particular day because I got a call from Flipkart. I got a call from couple of startups as well, based out of Bangalore. So at that moment, I left InMobi ki, yeah, let me try something new. So during my notice period, the last week of my notice period, I got a call from an HR from EY that they wanted to have an interview with me, and that's how I got the role. I mean, they poached me basically.
Right.
So
So it's been your initial days at EY. How has the pandemic situation affected the role which you're currently taken up? What were your struggles? What is different because of the pandemic?
yeah, so I have experienced three different kind of situations till now in my career, where I joined office when office setup and everything was going full on. So
Okay.
I have experienced around 8 months of my in office life as well. So that was
Okay.
something really good, because you bond with all the team members. You go for chai sutta walks and every kind of a thing around tech park, and that's how team building and team bonding happens. And during pandemic, the work life balance though have disturbed across all the IT sectors. Like
Yeah.
if we are going to office, we used to work around 7 to 8 hours in a 9 hour setup. But during pandemic, what I feel, we have just diverted from the fact that each and everyone has a different kind of a life. So
Right.
at pandemic times, we are struggling to work at least 10 to 12 hours a day minimum. So that is a kind of
Okay.
difference that I saw when I was in office and when I'm in pandemic. Now coming to the EY onboarding and everything, yeah, it is getting tough, to be honest, because once there is distance, things are very different once you are in a meeting room kind of a setup, and once you are sitting on a team call with around
Virtual.
200, 300 people on call,
Huh.
and your
Right.
onboarding is happening. It gets tough to understand the system and how and what to do. You will reach out to HR for like hundred of questions that you will be having regarding the pay scale, regarding the structure, regarding the hierarchy. All these are the struggles that each and every employee faces during this particular time.
Right. So now let's take a step back and come to how it was during college. I noticed that you had done a couple of internships during college itself
Mhm.
at Logophilia Education and Let'sIntern.com. Can you
Yeah.
tell us why you did these internships and how they helped you get your two jobs which you got right now?
Yeah. So coming to my logophilia internship, so that was so when I gave my class 12 exam 10 plus 2 basically, I had a small window where I was giving my JE mains exam, my PESAT, my BITSAT, all these
Right.
exams is what when I was giving. So still I had around uh, 6 to 7 months of free window where I could have worked. So during my space between school and college, I figured out a company where I have taken some kind of classes. They had some internship slots open to get more people to join their course. So at that time, I was like, yes, let's try this out. What's harm in trying out a new thing that someone is offering? So I just started. So that was my base where I learned what actually the marketing part is. And from that part till now, I have more or less, I have been aligned with marketing and advertisement technology domain itself.
Right. So the whole thing with marketing, how you started off was through those internships.
Yes. So
Okay, that's
internship
great.
does create some kind of a base for what you plan for.
Right. And now coming to this question, how important are these internships projects, be it publishing papers, as
Mhm.
compared to your CGPA for a junior who's right now studying in college?
So what I feel, CGPA does matter to get inside something. So right
Okay.
now, since most of the people will be in, you can say, third or fourth year, who will be looking for a job, to get into a wilder space, you can say corporates are a huge jungle. So to get into that jungle, there is something that needs to be there, a kind of a filter. So CGPA is something that is a filter for most of the organization, because that
Right.
is something that they'll judge upon, right? You
Okay.
cannot. So so to cover up that, people often go ahead doing projects, doing paper publishing, and all these kind of activities. But if someone who is very well with GPA and who is inclined towards projects and doing papers and everything, it does help a lot. Because
Right.
during my batch, you can say 80 to 70% of students got tier 1 jobs for CS, and I can say 50% of those 70% have published papers. So if somebody is targeting a tier 1 company during their college days, it's highly advisable. Yes, they should publish papers, they should do projects, they should diversify actually the whole profile.
Okay.
Sticking to GPA never helps. To be very frank, yes, GPA does play a good role. Frankly speaking, my GPA is nowhere close to 7.5 even. But somehow
Okay.
I was little bit ahead enough with my situation where I was able to figure out, yeah, this is the kind of thing that is required to get into a corporate setup. This is the kind of thing that will drive opportunity, which can help me to grow. But in
Right.
majority, people have a thing, they wanna, you can say, they wanna just follow the path, and the normal set path actually, where you just want to score well, you just want to publish paper, you want to make your resume heavy with the project, and then get the software development or any kind of a role that comes to college. So
Okay.
that is one
Just a
part.
point there. So you just talked about resume, right? So could you tell what were the key points in your resume that stood out for you?
Yeah. So you should try to take the resume not more than one page for sure.
Okay.
For an Indian standard, it's always you should make only black and white kind of a template with all the work experience, and it should be as lengthy as possible. The work experience part, whatever internship, whatever projects, whatever related things that you have done. And always the resume shouldn't remain same for every company. It should
Right.
change as per what job you are looking for example, if there is a
Okay.
job of senior architect in I mean, not senior architect, I can say associate architect in some company, you should try to highlight the projects and the tasks that you have done related to that particular job.
Okay.
Because during the interview processes and all the channels wherever you will be asked, you have to speak about what you have done and how you
Right.
can derive the relation between what you have mentioned in your CV, what is the job you're gonna do, and what you have done in your college days. So a connected triangle with dots will always help to procure a good job for sure.
Okay. Right. So you're saying there should be like a personalized resume for each of the companies that you're applying for.
Yes. So as per
Right.
the asked, it should be done that way.
Right. So we are now in the final segment of the interview. So here you can just share some tips or points to keep in mind for juniors who might be watching this interview.
So I feel if you guys are by any chance in first, second year, so I my suggestion will be just go with the flow. Do whatever makes you happy. Make sure whatever you are doing is right, and it will help you in future for sure.
Right.
Diversify each and everything. It's 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 not a mandate that you should stick only with the coding kind of a job. I know there is a myth that always goes in engineering college that you should code and you'll get a highest paying job. This kind of myth is always there. I mean, I have seen mechanical and you can say mechanical, electrical, biotechnology people running behind doing heavy Java coding, C++ coding just to get a better job, maybe in coding terms. The scenario has completely changed. I mean, if you see, artificial intelligence and all these things have come into picture so much that human coding won't be a thing 10 to 15 years down the lane, to be
Okay.
very frank. Everything will be
Right.
coded, everything will be done by bots. So you should be updated with technology for sure, whatever is demanding in the moment. But also, if coding or anything related to tech stack is a headache to you, you must try to find ways how you can fill that particular gap. If not coding, then what? This is a question that I always get when
Yeah.
I go to such sessions. So my answer would be anything. Anything you
Okay.
should do that thing good, and you will be able to sail well for sure.
Right. So with that, we are done with the interview. Thank you very much, Harshit, for taking time off for this interview. I'm sure our viewers would have found it helpful and informative. So thank you for that.
Sure, Abhirat. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope this helps at a wider audience for sure. My experience,
Definitely.
and do have a good day. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you. And I will see you guys in the next episode of the Post Placement Talks. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.